Hello, party people. What? Party people? What am I saying? Why do I keep bringing up I don't know, old shit? Like party people? Who says party people anymore? Who said it before unironically? I don't know. I never said that before. I think this time was the first time in my entire life I've ever said party people. I've never said party people. So this is what episode? This is episode 20 now. I think 90% of my episodes have started poorly. I just needed to make up a generic one, or just say hey, what's up? But I don't know, I can't find one that I like, so I keep doing cringy ones. Anyways, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the LOM podcast. I'm Jay, the host of this podcast. You already know, Jay Lyons. And yeah, it's a beautiful Wednesday morning. I was supposed to record this last night, but I forgot. So I'm recording it this morning, and hopefully it will be out by the normal time. It should be. If not, it'll just be a few minutes late. Whatever. No big deal. For some reason, I feel like I haven't done a podcast in forever. Even though I did do my podcast last week, I don't know. It just feels like it's been 2 weeks or something like that. I feel like I forgot last week's episode. But I didn't. I even went back and checked to see when I posted last week's episode, just to make sure that I actually posted one last week. And I did. So I don't know why. Maybe this week has just been really long for me for a reason. But for the life of me, I can't imagine why it would be long. Because it was just a totally average week. But yeah, like I said, I feel like it's been 2 weeks or something like that since I did a podcast. Yesterday and the day before, I was thinking, I was did I forget to do an episode? I also felt like I didn't have a podcast anymore because I felt like I wasn't doing it anymore. But no, I did. So that's good. At least we're on track, But yeah, so this morning is the first time I've had a cup of coffee in forever. I haven't had a cup of coffee in no, I think I had one the other day. Yeah, I think I had one the other day, maybe Saturday or something like that. But hey, then that was the first one I've had in a while, because I wasn't drinking coffee for a long time. But I decided to get coffee this morning because I don't know, I just wanted it. I was I haven't had coffee in a while, so might as well have it. I've been drinking tea a lot recently, hot tea. I mean, I drink a lot of iced tea, just as a general drink. But I've been having a lot of hot tea recently. I don't know why. Just, we got tea in the house. And so I'm hey, let's have some tea. Because, I mean, usually, these past few weeks when I go to Dunkin', I usually get, my matcha tea that I usually get. So, it's not I was getting coffee at Dunkin'. I was getting matcha tea. But yeah, I've been drinking a lot of tea. And tea's good. I started getting into tea hot tea specifically. I started getting more into it a few years ago. I don't know. I just think tea is a good comfort drink. Is that the right term for it? I don't know. I enjoy just relaxing and drinking tea. Now, am I one of those tea party people, where you have the fine china and you stick your pinky out or stuff like that, like the English people do? No. I'm not like that. I don't need anything fancy. Just give me a regular mug and some tea and I'll be fine. But yeah, got my cup of joe. It's kind of weird how long it's been without my trusty cup of joe, because I usually have my cup of joe with me when I do this podcast. But then I just wasn't for a long time. So, Cup of Joe is back. It's in my new favorite mug, my Disney Cruise Line mug. I fucking love this mug. I still have not gotten the fuck off mug. I just remembered that now that I'm talking about mugs again. I just realized I still haven't gotten that. It's been how long since I talked about getting that, and I still haven't gotten it? Talk about procrastinating. But anyway, so I had this item on my list that I was supposed to talk about like 2 weeks ago, because it happened 2 weeks ago, but I just completely forgot about talking about it the past 2 episodes. But there was a boxing match, right? Well, there was actually 2, like 2 weeks ago. Sorry, I had to get one more sip of coffee in. So there was 2 boxing matches last week, or 2 weeks ago, but I just want to talk about one. So first of all, there was the one with I think it was Logan Paul and Mayweather, right? I think that was one. But then there was like this other one, because the Logan Paul one was like the big one that a lot of people were talking about, or that a lot of people were hyped for. For some reason, there's a lot of people that I know that are just really into boxing that I didn't know were into boxing. I don't know anything about boxing other than that the 2 people fight. Okay, I don't know the scoring. Like, I know you're what are you trying to knock out the other person or something? Or like you have to like hold them on the ground for like 3 seconds or something like that, right? Is that how you get points? I don't know. I don't know how boxing works, but for some reason boxing has become like the new favorite sport for, I guess, people in my generation and maybe millennials too. But yeah, so there was that fight, but then the one I want to talk about was, I guess, a more obscure one, but I guess it became popular because of what happened. Was a fight. It was called like what, YouTubers versus TikTokers. That's what I kept seeing people calling it. And it was because I guess the one guy was a YouTuber and the other guy, who I've heard of, he's a TikToker. His name is Bryce Hall. Okay, so he's into boxing now too, because I guess he wants to jump on the hype train of like Logan Paul. What is the what was the term for it? Pioneering the boxing world for like YouTubers and such, like the social media influencers. So he's trying to hop on that train and be like, well, I'm a TikToker and I box too, so you know that makes me pretty cool, right? But like, I don't know if you guys saw any clips from that fight, but like, dude, Bryce Hall was getting his ass beat in that. Like, I honestly kind of felt bad, you know, like the other guy was just like beating the shit out of him. Like, if you saw what Bryce looked like, you're just like, God damn. I'm surprised he didn't get knocked out. I don't think anyone got knocked out in that fight. I don't know about the Logan Paul one, because like I said, I don't really follow that stuff. Because also you have to like pay to watch, even if you want to watch on TV. And like, come on. If I have to pay to watch like a football game on TV, like, I'm not going to watch it. I'm going to be like, okay, football isn't that great. Okay, if I want to pay to watch it in the stadium, that's one thing. Okay, because you're going to see it live or whatever. And plus, like, like the sports teams have to make their money somewhere, right? But like, boxing, you have to pay to watch on TV. Like, I never got that. And like, people actually do that. It's like, dude, I'd rather just wait until the next morning and then just watch all the highlights or whatever. Or like, someone's gonna be posting a lot of clips from it. You're gonna see all the best parts anyways. So like, why even pay to watch? But yeah, Bryce was getting his ass beat in that fight. And like, what was also funny was that everyone was making fun of Bryce because of all the shit he was talking about at the before the match, where he was basically saying to this guy that he was gonna fight, like, I'm gonna beat you, you don't stand a chance, all this crazy shit, right? And he was even talking about how he's been in like, how many did he say? I can't remember the exact number, but he said he's been in like a lot of street fights or whatever. And so like, he knows how to fight, and he's like, I'm a fighter and all this stuff. But then like, during the match, he just got his ass beat. And then he even said, he's like, I'm not a fighter. I never claimed to be a fighter. But then, like, there's a literal clip of him. I'm assuming it's like promo for the fight where he's saying, I'm a fighter. And it's like, dog. Okay, what gives here? You know? You said you were a fighter. What, were you joking about that? Or I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of Bryce. I've heard like some things about him, and like I remember I saw like this video of him where I guess there's these other TikTokers or something turned YouTubers, whatever they are, and they were doing some like video, and they were talking about Addison Rae, which at the time was like Bryce's girlfriend or something. I don't know if they're still together. I don't really keep up on all that stuff. But anyway, so they were together at that point, and I guess Bryce got mad about it, but then he started calling them like pussies and shit. And it's like, what did they do? Like, they even like apologized, because I don't really know exactly what they said, but I guess some of the stuff they said was kind of I guess I'll say like unnecessary. I don't really know. But they apologized for the stuff that they did, and they apologized to Bryce like, hey man, sorry, there's like no beef, all that stuff. But like Bryce wanted beef for some reason. It's like, dude, chill out. They apologized for what they did. But yeah, he drives up to their house with like a bag of cat food, because he was going to pull the greatest joke ever and say, you know, you're a pussy, here's some cat food. Get it, pussy cats? And I was like, that's not funny at all. But like he's hyping it up like it's the funniest joke on the face of the planet. And it's like, dude, stay in your lane of just like dancing and lip syncing, okay? Jokes are clearly not for you. But yeah, he pulls up to these guys' house with like this bag of cat food, and then he's like walking up to them. He's like squaring up, walking up to them, like he wants to fight them. And so they're obviously getting on the defensive, like, bro, I don't want to fight. He's like, what, are you scared? What? Oh, you thought I was going to beat you up? It's like, dude, you show up to their house uninvited, walking up to them like you want to fight, like you're squaring up to fight. Like, what do you expect? Them to, like, be like, oh, I've been expecting you. Like, dude, of course they would be on the defensive. They don't know what's going on. Because also you're walking up with cameras and a bag of cat food. They don't know the joke yet, so they're like, okay, what is this guy doing? Walking up like he wants to fight with cameras and some cat food. What does this guy have planned for me? Show up to my house uninvited. Like, dude, I'd be on the defensive too. I'd be like, what's going on? Because, you know, probably in their eyes, they probably thought that they were chill, because they're like, yeah, we made a mistake. You know, we're sorry about that. Hey, no beef, right? No problems. And Bryce is like, no, I gotta create drama. That's the only way I'm gonna stay relevant. But yeah, after I saw that, and like I've heard some like other stuff that he's done, and I'm just like, I don't know. I just don't really like him. He just seems like a big douchebag. You know? It just seems like he thinks that he's cooler and better than everyone. And it's like, dude, that personality is like it's such like a middle school mentality, the way he acts, in my opinion. It's like, dude, grow up. You know, because like I think he's like the same age as me, or like around the same age. And it's like, dude, it's time for you to mature, okay? Stop acting like you're in middle school, or like, I'll be generous and say even high school, okay? And that's not like a rip on high schoolers, okay? But it's just like, you know, you go through stages of growth, and it's like this dude is trying to stay behind. It's like, dude, come on. Move on. Okay? You don't need to go to somebody's house after they already apologized for a stupid mistake that they made. Okay? You don't need to go up to their house with like a bag of cat food trying to scare them or something. But yeah, so even though I felt bad about like how badly you guys asked me, because like the dude looked like if you saw the fight, dude looked scared for his life in that fight, in some of the scenes. Even though I felt bad, like I was also kind of like, dude, you kind of deserve it. You know, you were talking so much trash to this other guy, you know, and like saying like, yo, I've been in like 90 street fights or whatever the number is, you know, and you're like, I'm a fighter, I know how to do this. This guy doesn't stand a chance. and then like he lost. It's like maybe this will be a moment in his life to humble him. You know? I don't know, I guess we'll see. But yeah, there was that fight, but no one was really talking about that one because I don't know why you planned that night on the same night as the Logan Paul Mayweather fight, because I mean that has been a fight in the making, you know? Like Logan Paul called him out how long ago? And everyone's been hyped to see it because they're like, oh my gosh, Logan Paul's taking on an actual fighter and stuff like that, you know, an actual boxer and all this shit. So it's like, why do you plan your fight on the same night as like one of the biggest fights for people in our generation? So probably your audience. Like, why even do that? Like, schedule it for another night so you can make more money, potentially. Because I feel like everyone would be like, okay, I have the choice between watching Logan Paul or Bryce Hall. Those like names low-key rhyme. But you're like, I have the choice between Logan Paul and Bryce Hall. You know? It's just like Logan Paul Mayweather just sounds like, if I had a choice, if I was going to pay, I would definitely rather pay to see Logan Paul Mayweather versus the Bryce Hall one. And that's just because because the other one has more hype. Logan Paul has more hype. You know, that seems like the more interesting fight, you know, because I don't even know who the YouTuber was that he was fighting. I've never heard of this guy. I don't even remember the name. But yeah, I've never heard of this guy, so I'm like, okay, I don't really care about this fight. So yeah, I just wanted to briefly talk about that because I meant to talk about that 2 weeks ago, like right after it happened, but I forgot to talk about it. And then last week I was like, okay, I'll just talk about it in the next episode, and then I forgot to talk about it in that one. But yeah, so one cool thing that happened this week was Tyler the Creator finally dropped his new album. I mean, I knew it was going to happen this year because it seems like Tyler the Creator is like on a schedule where he releases an album every 2 years, which is completely fine. But I hadn't heard in a while, or actually I'd never heard when his next album was coming out. Like I didn't even know if it was supposed to come out this year, but I was expecting it to, or I was assuming it was going to, because, you know, the last album came out in 2019. And so he finally dropped his new album, and I really liked it. Like I say, I really liked it. It obviously isn't like my favorite album, because like my favorite albums have to be like, I don't know, like Flower Boy and Wolf. I really like those albums. Oh man, well Cherry Bomb is pretty good too. And also, I really like Igor too. I mean, I pretty much like all of his albums, you know. But yeah, this new album is kind of like a mixture between like Igor and like his older stuff. Like there was a lot more rap from his older stuff, but it also had a lot like musical stuff to it. Whatever that genre is called. I don't know what it's called. But like I'm completely fine with that. Like I know a lot of people weren't really fans of Flower Boy and Igor because it wasn't a lot of rap, it was a lot of like musical stuff. But like I don't really mind because it was still good music, and plus like, you know, I'm a big Tyler the Creator fan, okay? And so I've seen interviews where he's talked about his albums and stuff like that. Like I saw this one interview, I think it was like after Flower Boy came out, and he was talking about how there was a lot of people who weren't really a huge fan of Flower Boy because it was a lot more musical and there wasn't a whole lot of rap or something like that. And he was talking about how like he's making the music that he wants to make. Like he doesn't want to be trapped in like the rap genre, which was also one of the things he was kind of upset about when he won like the award for Igor for like the best rap album or something like that. He was talking about how like he wishes that it would be categorized as something else or something like that. So like to my understanding, it seems like he's trying to find like a new sound or a different sound than just like pure rap. And so like I applaud him for that. Like, you know, I don't I don't want him to be stuck making music that he's not really a huge fan of just because his fans want him to make that music. I want him to make music he wants to make. Because he also said how like Cherry Bomb is like his favorite album. At least in this interview when he was talking about Flower Boy. He said Cherry Bomb was his favorite album because he felt like that was, what do you say, was like the pinnacle or something of the type of music he wanted to make, or that really encapsulated the sound that he was going for, or something like that. But yeah, he was talking about how Cherry Bomb was his favorite album when, like, it was, I guess his fans' least favorite album at the time. Something like that. So yeah, I just want him to make music that he wants to make. I don't want him to feel like he has to make music for his fans, because that's like a thing that I don't understand with when it comes to like music fans. There's like people who get upset when like their favorite artist or something starts changing the sound or something, starts like going in like a different direction, like they want to make different type of music, and they're like, why are they changing it? I like their old shit, you know, their new shit is so bad and all that stuff. But then there'll be like the same people where they'll look at a different artist and they'll be doing like the same thing for like years, and they're like, you know, they should really branch out and do something new or something like that. It's like, okay, you can't have it both ways. Okay, you can't expect some artists to know that you want them to change, and then other artists know that you want them to stay the same. You know, that was also kind of the thing with like Kanye, when they're like, oh, I like the old Kanye, you know, Kanye's new stuff is like so bad and all that stuff. And it's like, I still like his music. You know, like even the Jesus is King album, like I'm not a person that likes religious music. You know, I'm not one of those people who turns on like the Christian radio or something like that and like jams out to Christian rock or something like that. But like Kanye's Jesus King album, I thoroughly enjoyed. I thought it was pretty good. You know, I thought the music was catchy and all that stuff. You know, I love the Closed on Sunday song. You know, you're my Chick-fil-A. I don't know. I still thought the album was good. I still enjoyed it, but the people were like, "Oh my gosh, I like Kanye's old stuff. All his new stuff is so bad." It's like, dude, you should allow your artists to make the music they want to make, you know? Like, obviously they're making music that they'll think that their fans will enjoy listening to, but also at the end of the day, a big part of the music that they're making is music they want to make, because that keeps them inspired in doing more music, you know, and also makes them happy, you know, because they're like, I'm making music I want to make, you know, this is stuff that I like. So I hope that's what Tyler's doing with this album. You know, I hope that he didn't listen to a bunch of people who were upset about Igor being too musical, and he's like, oh great, I gotta put in more rap or something like that. I just hope that he's making music he wants to make. But either way, it was a really good album. My favorite songs were like Hot Wind Blows and Wilshire. But, you know, I also enjoyed Lemonhead. And I also liked Sweet. I think there was like a second part to it. It was like Sweet / I Thought You Wanted to Dance or something like that. Is that what? I can't remember the exact wordage of it, but it's something about wanting to dance or something like that. But I know the first part was called Sweet. So yeah, but I really liked all the songs. They were all really good. You know, What's Your Name was also really good. Corso was also really good. So yeah, overall, like, the album was awesome. I really liked it. The whole Call Me If You Get Lost, that's pretty cool. The only thing is, though, that like before this album came out, Tyler the Creator changed a bunch of his old album covers. Like, he changed the Cherry Bomb album cover, and he changed the Wolf album cover. I don't know if he changed Goblin. Did he change Goblin? I can't remember. I think he might have kept Goblin the same, but he changed the Cherry Bomb and Wolf album cover, which the Cherry Bomb album cover he changed to was like really weird. I don't understand that. It's like, dude, keep the old album cover. The old album cover was pretty cool. But yeah, the new Wolf one was, I think it was like a secondary album cover because I had seen the photo before, but I like the original one. You know, like it shows like Tyler looking up and he's got like the wolf hat and all stuff. Like, plus I just don't understand why you changed the album cover now, because I mean Cherry Bomb came out in 2015 and Wolf came out in, I guess it'd be 2013, right? And then Goblin came out in 2011. So yeah, it's like, it's been how many years? Why'd you just like decide I want to change the album cover? But then he didn't change the other ones. He just changed those two. But I guess maybe he just wasn't a fan of those and he's like, it's about time to change. After it's been like 6 years. 8 years. I don't know. But yeah, I really like his new album. I've listened to it like once fully. And then I've listened to other songs multiple times, but I haven't listened to it fully a second time. I've started it a couple times, but I haven't completely finished it for a full second time. The first time I played it in the car driving because someone asked Tyler like what would be the best setting for this or something, and I think he responded with like driving or something like that. Or somebody suggested that, and I thought that was a good suggestion, so I tried it, and it was pretty good. But I usually like to listen to the song fully with like headphones in, so you can really hear all the different sounds going on. So yeah, I started it a second time with my headphones in, but I didn't finish it. I got like halfway through, so I have to listen to it fully again for a second time. But yeah, I really like the album. It was really good. A lot of people were making jokes about it where they're like, this is like the straight version of Igor, which like I understand that because yeah, Igor was, yeah, we all know it was basically, but I don't want to, it's not really like Igor. I guess the overall like theme or message or stuff like that is sort of like that, but musically it's not the same as Igor. It sounds different. There were some songs though that it sounded like he used the same like instruments or something like that, or like the same sound, because there was like one song where it sounded like Running Out of Time from Igor. I can't remember what song it was. It was around like the middle of the album. I can't remember the name of it, but there was a song that sounded exactly like that. But it was also weird because that same song, first it sounded like it was Running Out of Time from Igor. Then there was a middle part that sounded like it was oh man, what is it called? After the Storm, that Tyler Creator was featured in. Sounded like it was that, but then there was another part that sounded like it was from a song from Tyler's Cherry Bomb album. I can't remember the name of that one either. But yeah, it was so weird when I was listening to this song, and there was like 3 parts, and it was like right after the other, and it sounded like 3 different songs from like his old stuff, which was like really weird to listen to. But yeah. There was a song, it wasn't really a song. There was a track in there, it was called Mama Talk. That was pretty funny. I like that. I love how there's like a whole track. It was like a full-on 2-minute track. And it was like, I don't know if it was actually Tyler's mom, but I think it was supposed to be Tyler's mom talking. And I just thought it was hilarious. And that's sort of like a thing that, I guess it was started in Igor. It was kind of a thing in Flower Boy, but not really. With Sometimes, where there's like a track in there where it's not even like a song. It's just like somebody talking. So yeah, Sometimes it had music, but then it had like, what's his name? Shane Powers on like golf radio or whatever, and it's like him talking, and it's supposed to be like Tyler calling in to suggest a song or something like that, and then it moves on to the next song. And then like Igor had this what was it? It was what you run from, you end up chasing. But yeah, so like I guess this is a new thing that he's starting in like his albums, where there's just like a track where it's not even a song, it's just someone talking, which like I thought it was pretty cool. I think it's fine. But yeah, I thought Mama Talk was funny. So yeah, I would have to say I'd give this album, what should I give it? Like a 9 out of 10? 9? 8.5? 9? Something like that. It's a very good album. But yeah, I really like Flower Boy. And I know that people are going to make jokes, because I see it all the time, you know? Because Flower Boy is what everyone says was like when Tyler changed or something like that. Like that's his new shit. And everyone makes fun of like people who are fans of his new shit, because that album like blew up. And so he got like a lot of new fans, and so everyone's like, "Oh, these are the new fans, you know, they have no taste, they have no culture," or something like that. And it's like what I was talking about before, when people get mad when their artist like starts doing new shit, because like they'll go on and they'll think that they're better than people who are fans of the new stuff just because they're fans of the old shit, or like they were fans when their artist was making the old shit. And it's like, dude, just enjoy the music, you know? But I don't know, you know. And then like there was like the photo, or one of the promo photos for this new album, where Tyler was dressed up in like this outfit or something like that, and they're like, "Oh, I can't wait to see all the new fans dressing like this," or like, "This is the new wardrobe for the summer," or something weird like that. And it's like, dude, just chill. You know? Like, dude, just enjoy the music. You know, and like the same way for the new fans, okay? Don't like rip on people who are fans of the old shit, because they're like, "I'm the superior fan because I'm enjoying what the artist wants to make," or something like that. It's like, dude, just be a fan of the music, okay? There's no need for this, like, "I'm better than you because I like this," okay? It's like, it's so dumb. Because, you know, I don't go around doing that. You know, like, I'm a fan of the old shit, I'm a fan of the new shit. I like all the shit, okay? I'm even a fan of Tyler's Odd Future stuff, when he was a part of them, when they were a thing. Like, I love Odd Future's music, you know? So it's like, yeah, but I'm not going around going like, "Yo, I'm even better than people who are fans of Tyler's old shit because I'm an Odd Future fan," okay? I'm with Tyler from the beginning. It's like, no. Okay? You know, because like not everyone discovers an artist at the same time. You know? Like sometimes you just don't know about an artist until like they're presented to you or something like that. But yeah, then there's the other people that are like, if their artist is small or something like that and they're a fan of them. But then like once they're like a song or an album like blows up and then they get a lot of new fans, they're like, "No, why can't my artist stay obscure?" or something like that. It's like, dude, why don't you be happy for your artist? For like being successful. Okay? They finally got a big break. Okay? Their song blew up or their album blew up, and now they have a bunch of new fans. You know, now they could be making more music and all this stuff, yada yada yada. It's like, dude, just be happy for your artist. Okay? Like, honestly, wouldn't that be something that you want? You know, because if the artist makes more money off of their stuff, then they can reinvest those earnings back into their music and make even better music for you. Like, it would be in turn better for you. Because they'll be making better music. Not that their old stuff was bad, but I'm just saying, like, they can upgrade. Also, it will give your artists more opportunities to branch off and make new stuff, which I know maybe you would object to, because you'd be like, "No, why can't my artist stay making the same music, you know? Just make the same music that you always do." It's like, Come on. Really? Just... If the artist wants to make new music, just let them make it. Just go into their album or the new song with an open mind. I mean, that's literally what you have to do. Don't go into an album with a preconceived notion of, like, what this music should sound like. You know, don't go in and being like, oh, wow, this is going to be just as good as, like, Wolf or something like that. Or it's going to be exactly like Wolf. You know, it's going to be like the old days or something like that. And then, because, like, you're obviously going to be disappointed at the end of it. Okay? Because an artist would never basically remake an album they already made. Okay? So, like, Wolf came out. Wolf's out. Okay? That's the end of it. There's never going to be an album that's exactly like Wolf. Okay? So, like, don't expect that type of shit. Just, like, go into an open mind. Because, I mean, that's what I did. Tyler's album came out, and I'm like, okay, let's see it. Let's see what this is like. And I thoroughly enjoyed the album. Okay? And he came out with a few songs, like, beforehand. I only listened to Lumberjack before it came out, and I think he came out with 2 other songs before the album came out. But I was like, no, I'm not going to listen to those. I'm going to wait to listen to the whole album all at once. Because I did not realize that Lumberjack was supposed to be a part of the album until, like, later on. Because I thought it was just going to be a Best Interests that came out. You know, where it's just like a standalone song. So I thought it was something like that. But then he came out with other songs. And I was like, oh, okay. I think this is supposed to be a part of the album. So Lumberjack was the only song that I heard beforehand. The other songs, first time, was when I listened to the album. But yeah, it was really good. Props to Tyler. I hope that he gets awards for it because it was really good. So, yeah, I'm still a fan of Tyler. So when Flower Boy came out, back in like 2017, there was like this... he had merch lineup for it. And there was this one sweatshirt that I still want. I don't know where to find it though, because I guess you can only really find it on like eBay now. But there was this orange hoodie that said like Save the Bees on it, because that was like a big thing for his Flower Boy album, was like bees, because, you know, bees, flowers, they get the nectar, all that shit. So yeah, it had this like Save the Bees thing on it. And I think the front said like Tyler Creator, or it said Flower Boy, something like that. And it was like this orange hoodie. I thought it was awesome. And I wanted to get it, but I never got it. But I'm still looking for it every once in a while. I'm like, okay, where is that? I see a lot of people who try to make knockoffs of it. But like, I know what the real one looks like. So I'm like, I'm not going to get these knockoff ones. Because like, these people are trying to charge these knockoff ones for like $100. And I'm like, dude, no. Okay. The most I would pay for a hoodie would be like $40 or $50, because that seems to be like an average price for, I'd call them premium hoodies, you know? Anyone who's paying like $100 for a hoodie, it's like, what are you even doing? It's just a hoodie. It's like back to the people who like buy like $200 shoes, $300 shoes or something like that. It's like, come on, they're just shoes. Oh, and then they proceed to wear them. Oh, don't even get me started. I already ranted about this before. I don't want to get back into this. But, yeah, so, looking for that hoodie. I really want that hoodie. If anyone knows where to find that, please let me know. I'm looking for that hoodie. Because also another thing that Tyler came out with a long time ago, I think it was during the Cherry Bomb era, was when he teamed up with Vans. And he had like his Vans lineup. I think it was called like Syndicate. And it was like this, there's this one shoe that he had where it was like a baby blue top and it had like a pink sole. I really want those shoes. I don't know why. I don't know if I'd ever wear them because I think they're so cool. I don't want to ruin them. But you can't find those anymore. Well, you can, but like, yeah, they're like Yeezys now. They're like $300 or $500. It's like, really? Just like sell me the Vans for the normal Vans price of $60. Or like, I'll be generous and you could charge me $80, okay? Just because it's an older shoe and then it's not in production anymore. But so then like Vans also has this you can like make a custom vans for like $70 or something like that. You have to pay extra for it. So I'm like, oh, okay. So they've made pink sole shoes before, so like they'll have it. So I thought I'd just recreate the shoes, but like they don't even have pink soles, and they don't even have the baby blue top. Like they don't have baby blue as an option for the canvas part of the shoe. They have like aqua, and then they have like royal blue or something like that. It's like, really? You don't even have baby blue? And it's not like the baby blue got is out of production anymore, because they still make baby blue Vans, just like regular Vans with the normal white sole. So it's like, you obviously have the color to make that shoe, so like, why don't you just give me the option? But whatever, hey, it's no big deal. Okay, it's just some items that I really want that I just probably will never get. But yeah, back to the point. Awesome album. If you haven't listened to it, I definitely recommend it, because it was a great album. I mean, like, Tyler hardly makes bad music. I don't think he ever makes bad music. Like, there was even the Coca-Cola song that he made for a Coca-Cola commercial. What was it called? I don't remember what it was called, but it was. I'm just gonna call it "Sip Sip Sip" because he says that a shit ton in the song. But yeah, even that song is good. It's like, dude, he made this song for a Coca-Cola commercial, and it's a banger. Like, really? This man is unstoppable. But yeah, Tyler, the Creator, is my favorite artist of all time, I gotta say. Alright, so that's gonna wrap it up for this episode. So, thank you guys for tuning in. Time for the self-promotion. Okay, whatever you're listening to this on, make sure to like, subscribe, follow, leave a review, all that stuff. Follow me on social media at RealJLions. Also follow this podcast at Lion on Main. You can find the links to like all the social medias in the description of this episode. If you're listening to this on anything. On YouTube, you'll have links. You also have links on the descriptions for Spotify and Apple Podcasts, all that stuff. So if you just want the link, you don't want to go typing because that's too much work for you, you can just click the link. So yeah, do all that stuff. Episode 20 is finished. It's quite a big milestone. 20 episodes. Next episode is going to be a huge milestone, because next episode we can finally drink. All right. Love you. I don't know. Do I?